Hello everyone and welcome to the Maritime Transport webinar. Today we will introduce the amazing world of blue economy. If you wonder what brought us together in front of you today, I will confess that the Iceland, Norway and Liechtenstein through the EEA and Norway Grants Fund for Youth Employment chose to invest in the Blue Generation Project. The Blue Generation Project is implemented by an international consortium of 12 institutions with the scope of guiding young people to pursue a sustainable career in one of the blue economy sectors, naming ocean energy, coastal tourism, aquaculture, marine biotechnology, shipbuilding, fisheries, and last but not least, maritime transport. As partner from Constanța, Romania, our association, Team for Excellence, initiated this meeting with distinguished guests to present to you career and training opportunities around the world in maritime transport. Before giving the floor to our guests, I would like to thank to our associate partner, Constanța Maritime University, for being our host today and for offering us this simulator, this navigation simulator, to introduce you the onboard ship's reality. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for accepting our invitation, for sharing a little bit from your high relevant experience. Mr. Professor Costel Sanca, the Dean of Faculty of Navigation and Naval Transport here at Constanța Maritime University. You have a very interesting career path from deck officer to professor, also general manager at the Maritime Ports Administration Constanța, and also the Dean of Navigation, Faculty of Navigation here at this university. Please share with us what is your experience, what can you tell us about your experience, why did you choose this career, and maybe what motivated you to become a professor?
Thank you for the invitation. I always was connected with the blue economy, let's say that, especially with the maritime transports, because I graduated in Maritime University. After that, I started my career at sea as deck officer. But for me, it was interesting also to come back at the university, starting from the first level again, from assistant, and after that, making all the steps up to the highest one, which is the professor level. And from the administrative point of view, I'm Dean of Navigation Faculty, as you just mentioned. And during this time, also I had the opportunity to be General Manager of the Port of Constanța in 2019-2020, periods with more challenges than we expected, as all of us know. That was the period which is not completely finished, but that was the starting of the period of the COVID pandemic problems and periods. And after that, of course, new challenges came in the Black Sea with the situation in Ukraine. So the focus on the maritime field and the role of Constanța Port was again highlighted. Why I choosing this? I was, of course, I was born in this area, and I was always connected with the sea, and I considered that to have a career at sea is very interesting. It's giving you the possibility to have a challenging job, to be able to move big quantities of cargoes from one port to the other. Of course, it's giving the possibility to see different cultures from different countries, and to learn every day, because this is a very dynamic sector, the maritime transport. As you know, the ships are are changing every day, and the technological level on board is high and is higher and higher. So I found it as a very interesting area, and I decided to follow all the steps as I just mentioned in connection with that. So it is very interesting, even if you decide to have a career on shore or to work at sea. I think it's very interesting. And something more, talking about the blue economy again, I think this is a very dynamic area. So the potential of development of the blue activities you mentioned in the beginning of our discussion is very high, and especially for us in the area, in the Black Sea area, where there is a huge potential for development. It is a good option to choose a maritime career.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kostestanka. We go forward, and we have with us also Roxana Iancu. Roxana Iancu is a deck officer, and she's a member of Women International Shipping and Trading Association. Tell us, Roxana, why did you choose this career, especially because you are a woman, and why did you choose WISTA?
It was definitely nothing planned, choosing this career, because I'm not from Constanța, as our professor said. I didn't belong to the sea, let's say, from the beginning. But I wanted something different, something challenging, something that would make me wake up every day in a different office, let's say, in another destination, in another environment. So I decided that the maritime industry is perfect for me, not just because I'm an adventurous girl, but just because I like to discover, to put my fingerprint on the maritime transportation nowadays. Considering the WISTA association, I was recruited, let's say, during a competition, or I don't remember exactly, last year, and I spoke about the women's rights in the maritime industry and why we are so important. We are such an amazing element to this industry, and our professor, Christina Rodomir, just contacted me, and she said that I will be a valuable addition to the WISTA association. So I'm so proud to be part of this. We developed a lot of activities, a lot of webinars and courses and trainings. And I would like to continue on this path, to be part of this association and to continue with my studies, because I just finished my studies in the Faculty of Navigation, Maritime Transport, and next year I will have my master's degree. And yeah, it's a career that I will not regret at all. I love it so much, and I would like to do this for my entire life.
Thank you so much, Roxana. We are also very glad to have with us Mr. Cristian Ancuța. Mr. Cristian Ancuța is the inspector at the Romanian Naval Authority. You have saved a lot of time, a long period of time, and you also have experience as employer because you have managed the port operator, and you also have experience as part of the Naval Authority. And I think you have a lot to say to us, and I will ask you, why did you choose this career, and what is your background in maritime transport?
Yes, thank you for your invitation. Like my friend Costel, I also started my career on board of ships, like deck officer. After that, I started a new career in the port of Constanța, as I used to manage one of the important historic port operator for many years. And finally, I am now in the Romanian Naval Authority, where I lead a compartment involved in safety of navigation. Yes, I can say that I have experience in this sector of maritime transport. What to say about the sector? I am now deeply involved in the safety of navigation matters, and I can say that The maritime transport is very regulated, sometimes too regulated, and that means that all the actors which are involved in this theater of operations in maritime field have to be all the time updated. It's a dynamic sector. It's a challenge to work in this sector because all the time something new appear. And I strongly advise young people to choose this sector, even if they choose to be officers on ships or in operational sector in the port, which is of course very dynamic, especially in this period. In our Romanian ports, there is increasing activity, and okay, for the moment.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy that we can get information from many points of view, from the employer, from the employee, and also from the training sector. Now, if you allow me, I will want to go further and to address three main topics of this webinar. And first, we will start with the employment opportunities in the maritime transport sector locally and also at the European Union level. If you want to have a word about it, Mr. Stanka, if you...
This sector, as we just mentioned about the potential of development, offers a large number of jobs, even if they are on board on ships at sea, but also for the onshore activities. As probably you know, each 5 years there is a study published by DIMCO together with ISF regarding the needs of officers on board. And if you look at that study, you see that it's a high level of market requests for well qualified officers, and not only officers, but okay for crew members, let's say. And why is that? Because if you look at figures, you see that the number of ships and the total tonnage is also increased. So it's an area where again and again we'll have good offers. Also salaries are very good, and that makes the area very interesting for future careers. But if you look also at the ports, you'll see that being a nodal point for the multimodal transports, you'll see that around the ports are a large number of companies connected with the maritime transport. As an example, for instance, looking back to my experience in the port of Constanța, I can tell you that this port, especially maritime administration, signed more than 1,000 contracts with the companies involved in maritime transport activities. So, and of course, if you can enlarge the picture, you can see that it's similar for all the big ports. Of course, if you look at the biggest ports in Europe, you see how dynamic is the activity and how large is the number of jobs offered by the industry and the connected activities like those in logistics and so on.
If I may, regarding that I'm a woman and I've been through this selection part and going on work 2-3 years ago, when I started to sail. It was quite difficult for us to find a job for women in the maritime industry. I don't know, maybe because of this mad times. Now it's easier, and a lot of girls are going very easily on board. The recruitment process is very soft and easy. But back then it was really hard. We weren't taken into consideration. Now we are seen like people as equal as men. So a lot of jobs and opportunities because being on a passenger vessel, we were the most affected by this pandemic, and everything stopped for a minute, and we tried to recover our jobs. A lot of companies went bankrupt. So what were the possibilities? We just stayed home for a little while. And now it's really a high demand for people, especially for women, because they proved that during this pandemic they were also strong and capable of taking care of the ships. So now for all the girls and women out there, it's really easy to find a lucky job. So the employers are eager to find whatever they can out of women.
We are very glad that the times have changed and the role of women in the maritime industry also has changed. And
Exactly.
I saw that many contributions have been conducted by women,
Yes.
and I think that it's very important to see that women also can have a big role in not only on the operational but also in managing a sector. Ms. Anantuța, if you would like to speak from the point of view of an employer.
Yes, I can ask one issue. It was an item on the last, I think, Maritime Safety Committee on IMO. The goal is to increase the involvement of the women in the shipping, especially on board of the ships. Apart of the career on board of the vessel, I can tell that like the officers, which the career of the officer is very well, let's say, professional arranged by education, which is made in a professional way in the Maritime University. Also training, we have a specialized center for training. All this make the officers to go without any problem on board of the merchant ships all over the world. But also in the port operation, or let's say in the maritime field, I think I want to point the importance of to know the legal framework, because if the students learn the framework of the maritime transport, for them will be very useful to be employed in port operations, in agencies, or in connex activities related to the maritime transport. From my experience, and I can tell you that I know very well what happened in the port. I think there is a very good advantage for the students which has the background, especially to know very well not only the vessel but also all the activities related to the vessel operations. And yes, for the future, I see good opportunities for all the students to have to can get a job in Port of Constanța, apart from the on board of ships.
Okay, so thank you so much.
I would like to add something, sorry. Which is, as you're talking about the job opportunity, which is also important to mention that the maritime transport is global. So this is, doesn't matter if you are Romanian or I don't know the nationality, you can work anywhere in Europe, but not only in Europe. Because the competencies are similar, the legal framework just was mentioned as by the International Maritime Organization is very well established, so you are able to, when you graduate a maritime university, for instance, you are able to work for any ship owner, as well as for any, I don't know, porting or something related to that. And that, of course, increases the opportunities.
Okay, so we see that there is a high demand of human resource in the sector, but what about the training? About the training opportunities in maritime sector, yes, locally and at European Union level.
For the training opportunities, you can say that, let's say, to get the competencies needed for the sector, there are two paths, two ways to do. One is vocational, and you see that a large number of jobs similar to be on board or to be on shore may be performed by people following the vocational path. We can say also that even for the officers on board, there is, it's not the case of Romania, but there is such a possibility in some countries in Europe, like Greece. They don't have higher education in the European definition. Let's say they have a kind of, they call them, as I know, naval academies, but there are some schools specific for to be followed after the high school. But they have also a path just coming from, let's say, starting from the seaman and following the ladder of career up to ship captain, why not? And that is a practice also from some other countries like Turkey and Italy, I think. That is a way, but of course the other one and the most used, let's say, way is to follow the higher education in the maritime fields. You will see that all the countries still have a very good area covered by universities, specializations in this for this purpose. Of course, for the maritime transport, due to the market, let's say most important of them are today in East Europe, and of course that is why our university is considered one of the best university, let's say. I'm not very modest with that, but this is reality, I think. And things like having the presidency of the International Maritime Association for the Universities, or similar activities, projects where the university was involved, is a kind of confirmation of that. But of course, in all the countries, European countries, you see very strong universities and people with experience at sea, and also in teaching young people, very good. And we have a very good backup in developing the practical skills due to the very good connections with the ship owners. We have signed protocols and partnerships with the biggest, all the biggest shipping companies in the world. Of course, directly or through the manning office they have in Constanța and in the area, and that is similar for all the maritime universities. You see that of course this is an area where the maritime transport is an area where the practical skills are very important. Of course, the international conventions requires at least 1 year at sea, for instance, for the future officers as cadet, and also the industry give the help for that. But this is also increasing the opportunity to get those competencies, and also to get a job, because developing skills on board or in companies in the port or shore give the possibility for the employer to know you, to understand your capabilities, and of course the option to employ you are increasing again.
Thank you so much. Roxana, what do you think about the training opportunities from the point of view of a student? Because you said you are still a student. What do you think about it?
So, for all of my fellow colleagues that were wondering, how will I get this training? How will I be prepared to go on board? Because after you finish your studies and you are doing this basic training at Chenonat for your first step in this career, I will say that it depends on the company because I was lucky enough to be in a company that paid for all my trainings, sent me in United Kingdom, let's say, for training for the life that I will get at sea. So you will be prepared and modeled from the company side. I have a lot of colleagues that they needed to reach by themselves to search and to look for a lot of courses to take by themselves, and they struggled because it was something new, it was a new domain. So I advise that they would ask from the beginning at the company they will choose to ask about the trainings, the programs, if they are providing some of these practices for them to learn. And because the best, of course, the best training is the one that you're doing to yourself, learning and trying to catch everything from everyone. So yeah, you can ask from the beginning and you will see after that.
Thank you. So we see that there are a lot of opportunities of training, but what would say novel authority about the young people that enter this field? Do you see they are trained enough? They are ready enough to make something good in their jobs, or they are?
Yes, I cannot show a statistic, but usually the students or the officers which came to us for examination, where the authority which do this thing, usually pass without problem the exam. Now this is the educational part because is the issue of knowledge. But more important for the training is on board of the ships. And I think now there are more than 100 crewing companies which offer all the time possibilities for training. Sometimes the students have to be more proactive, let's say. Not all the time. Nobody come to take and to ask, do you want to come with me? We are not still there. And also in the maritime, in the operational area, in the port, there are large companies now, and the economic actors are not so small, and all the time there is a need for the people, and first they have to do some practice, and I know that university arrange every year to make the practice for the students, and I know cases that some students were offered to work after this practice to work in the port, and also I think practice is the first stage, and the other, of course, every new employee has to be trained by the specific of the work we will execute in this area.
Thank you so much. And ending, I would like to ask you a question, a piece of advice maybe. What would you tell someone who will want to follow a career in maritime transport? I will want to start with Roxana because she's the younger one, and she can give an advice to the young people the same age as you. So yes.
I will summarize everything in one word. Shortcuts. Do not take shortcuts. in this industry. You need to learn it step by step because this career requires your focus. It requires for you to stay on the line and to gather all the information you need. You cannot, or you can, but hard. You cannot succeed in this career if you are running from one company to one company to one company, because in many cases you will take it from the beginning. Therefore, it is very important to focus, to choose wisely, and to learn, and to try to be the best version of yourself, and to keep straight on this path, and not look left, right. Doesn't matter, because people can tell a lot of things, they can discourage you. I've been in that phase. You're a woman, you cannot do it, you will find it very difficult. And you just can say, yes, of course, you're right, but just keep it straight, learn, be the best version of yourself, do not quit, and keep it like this. You will see in time if there's a problem or not, you can solve it. Don't remember that you have friends, you have professors to ask for help, you have a place where to come back and to revise everything, so you will learn everything on board. It's not a problem that you don't know something. It's always full of books, full of officers around to ask. Just try to remember that you're not alone, and you need to focus, to study, and to flourish.
Thank you so much. Mr. Tanka, will give you advice?
Yes, my advice is to choose a career in the maritime transport area, and that is because, as I mentioned before, this is in the first this field. It's in the first line of economic development. Maybe it looks like challenging, as Roxana mentioned. It's a field where you have to be good. Sorry, and but being in the first line of the development, you will have all the time enough support to do it. So the universities are very well developed. The economic actors are ready to help also for the practical competencies and so on. You will see like this project, there are many projects financed through European programs, and that is again a good help, a possibility to increase training facilities, to increase environment, to improve the environment for the jobs. So it's a very good option, and a lot of resources are coming to this area, and that is why, even if again it's a field with a need for very strict competencies, it's not so hard to work in that because of the help and resources allowed for that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nakuta. Just a piece of advice for young people.
My advice for young people, I can strongly advise them to choose the maritime field first, not exactly the career, because the career will can follow a path on a track on navigation or commercial aspects or regulatory, like me now. But the field is very vast, and I think there will be a job for anyone who is well educated, is well trained, which gain a lot of competence, skills, and for everyone will be a job in this sector.
Thank you so much for coming us today. Thank you for sharing with us such interesting information. I'm sure that the audience will find it very helpful and very interesting, important for their future careers maybe. Thank you for following us today, and don't forget, we are here to guide you. So contact us for mentoring, for attending new courses, new training courses that are available free online, and register, of course, the platform of the project where you can search available jobs in the blue industry. Also, don't forget to follow us also on social media. Thank you so much. Goodbye.